friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are scrutinizing and talking about some products that I am kicking out of my life. I have got wax, I've got nails, I've got makeup, so let's go ahead and jump in. I'll go ahead and start with a nail polish. If you guys have not heard recently in some of these previous videos, I have been really testing out some nail polishes whenever I get a pedicure. I get pedicures all year round. I just enjoy the relaxation of it. I read, it's very soothing to me. I brought in this nail polish and I just don't like it. This is the Orly Nail Lacquer in Wild Wisteria. You see it here in the beautiful packaging. I love colors like this. I'm very attracted to like deep violet colors, but when this was painted on my toes, it just looked black. Like if you just quickly look at my toes, as I just did, they look black. And it was kind of like, all right, whatever, like it's Halloween time, so okay, cool, I'll rock it. But I don't like how dark and stark this looks on my feet. Like it just makes my toenails really stand out in a negative way. I don't know if there's a good way they can stand out. I'm not sure, but I just don't like the color. I feel like I have other purples like this that don't pull as blackish dark when you actually paint it out. And again, it's another one of those classic expectation versus reality situations, and it does not line up, so I'm getting rid of it. I am also getting rid of all of these Impress nails. Last year, post-Halloween, I happened to walk into my Walgreens and they had a like big clearance section and I immediately saw Impress nails. So I walked over and they were like dirt cheap. They were like maybe $1. And normally at Walgreens in my area, they retail for about $8. So I got really excited and I was like, yes, yes, yes. And it's Halloween nails. It'll be so great. Like cool, awesome, fabulous. But then I realized that they are not short length. And this is a gripe that I have with Impress, is that they historically tend to put out Christmas and Halloween nails that have these lovely patterns, but they come only in medium length, which I don't understand because they produce a lot of short nails with a lot of variations in patterns. So I don't know why they can only put out medium length nails. Last Christmas, they like got their act together and put out a bunch of short Christmas nail formats, but I like didn't really assess it. So I bought almost every variation that they had. There was Atomic, which is like this graveyard pattern. The ones that I have are called Malice, and they're basically like every single nail is a different design, which is kind of fun. Like it's busy, but I do like it. Then we have these Poltergeist, which I don't know why these would be called this because they're unicorns. But like, you know, the fun purple, like I think they're pretty colors, you know, all about it. I grabbed a second one of the Malice nails, and then they had these ones from Broadway that glow in the dark, and they're called Ready to Scare. And these are somewhat similar to the Malice nails, just like slightly different, maybe less bright in your face Halloween pattern. So I picked them up and I tried out a pair, because I also had a second set of these. I tried out these and the mediums are like cat claws. It like looks that I have it looks like I have talons or cat claws, and like I feel like I can't live my life with them on my nails. It probably also doesn't help that I don't have the greatest nail beds, so there's not a lot of nail that I can attach to these. So I kept them after last year, and I thought to myself, like, all right, I'll keep them around and maybe I'll change my tune when Halloween 2019 happens. Well, I didn't. I didn't change my tune. I'm not going to change my tune, and it's like so wasteful of me to have purchased these. Granted, they were collectively the cost of what one typically is, but still, like, I kind of knew in my head that I don't wear medium length nails, but I just got excited about how cheap they were, not thinking it through. So these are gone. I just need to not have these in my collection anymore because I'm not going to wear them. And I don't have anybody in my life who wears the medium length. So I'm just going to go ahead and pitch them. It is what it is. I'm just going to move on from it. Okay, another random item that I have is a wax melt. So bizarre. So I've been really putting a concerted effort into melting more of my extensive wax collection. You've seen me really not purchase a lot of candles because I'm trying to burn through what I have. Aside from buying a few for winter for like candle day, I'm trying to really just stay on track with finishing up my candles and then working on wax. So I pulled out this from Rainbow Melts. It's called Gut Candy. It's a sweet mix of trick or treat goodies. So I smell it, and it like has kind of like a, I don't know, a Smarties type like scent to it. It doesn't put me off when I smell it on cold, but when I melted a cube of this and I broke it up into quite a few cubes, I couldn't stand it. I was like, oh God, what is that smell? Like, I don't like it. Like, it's gotta go. And I was just like, no, like, I'm not gonna, life's too short to melt wax you don't like the scent of. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pitch this. I definitely feel like as like a sample, I got another one of these. So if and when I ever come across it, I will also be removing it from my collection because it's just not my jam, which is so weird because I normally love like sickly sweet candy scents, but this is, I think, just a bit too jarring for my scent profile. Now let us talk makeup. I have one lip product and then the rest of them are eye products. The one lip product that I have is this little Buxom guy. It is called Wildly Whipped Lightweight Liquid Lipstick in Centerfold. I have like gone through and scrutinized my lip collection a number of times, and this has sort of always made it through. So I finished up another lip product and I was looking for a new one to want to work on, and I pulled this out, and this is the color. It's not my like initial preference, but it's not terrible. The problem is that it doesn't smell particularly good, and it is like kind of crusty. Like, it just seems like it is no longer in its original format. And when I put it on my lips, despite like all of those other warning signs, it was very, very drying, and I just am not somebody who wants to have dry lips ever. So I just don't want this. I'm gonna go ahead and pitch it. I then went down a very particular rabbit hole in my collection, which was focused on my liquid eyeshadows. I was prompted by my Lady Gaga Haus Laboratories fail, which I'll talk about in a different video. I was then prompted to want to try out the rest of the items in my collection, and so far, basically everything that I have tried out in the liquid eyeshadow category, I have not loved. I think it really stems from the fact that I have somewhat hooded eyes, and so any type of like liquid item, even if I keep my eyes closed and let it dry down, naturally, because my eyelids like fold up like an accordion, they naturally are crinkling. And with a powder eyeshadow, that's not a big deal. Like, you can have the give and it's not going to really notice or cause any problems. But when it comes to liquid, it naturally starts to create like these creases and lines, or ones that are more glitter based. I find that like the glitter starts to like distinctly like create a pattern on my eyelid that's not cute or attractive. So I've basically just been wiping out through trial and error pretty much all of this collection. So the ones that I've tried, and for those previously mentioned reasons I'm getting rid of, is the Almay Velvet Foil Cream Shadow. This is in Cupid Glaze. This one really isn't much of a like love loss because I couponed it and got it for free, but this is what it looks like. These are arguably beautiful. Like, they're beautiful colors. They just don't work with my eye uniqueness. Then I have this Glitter Goals from NYX in Polished Pinup. Again, no love lost here. I most definitely couponed this puppy and got it for free. But like, that's so pretty. It looks like you dunked yourself in a tub of molten gold, and I kind of love that, but it doesn't work for me. Then I have this e.l.f. Rose Gold. When I unscrewed the cap of this, I noticed it was a little loose. So this one, like, if you look at the wand, this one has definitely gone off. I put it on my eye and it was not as like creamy and smooth as it once was. So that's mostly why this one is going, because I did used to like it a lot when I first had it. but it's a really pretty color. And lastly, when Maybelline reformatted their color tattoos and made them into this liquid format, I picked up this beautiful Khaki Cool, and it just like is not the kind of green color I love. It's definitely more of like a gold green and not like a, to me, like a mossier green. I don't know, not my favorite. So all of these are being pitched. Final leg of this race are eyeshadows. So I started looking at the drugstore eyeshadows that I have that are like more on the smaller side, trios, quads, that kind of thing. And through some of this like exploration and procrastination of my real eyeshadow palettes, I have 4 that for various reasons I am just getting rid of. The first is this one from Julep. It is the Sweep eyeshadow palette in neutrals. This is a very like basic neutral palette, but my problem with it is 1, it's not the most intense pigmentation, and 2, there's not enough like distinctive variation with these shades that you can really create eye looks that don't become muddy. They really just tend to muddy up together and come up with just one same color, and all the looks are basically the same. And I'm just not in love with it. I don't need it. I have a lot of colors that are like this, that perform better and have more depth to them. So I would just rather be able to use those and not get caught up in trying to play with this. I also have this Catrice Absolute Rose eyeshadow palette. This came as a free add-on with an Ulta purchase, and the shadow in here came broken, but I still kept it because it looked like it was like a nice color arrangement. But these have next to nothing for pigment payoff. Like, I will put this on and it just doesn't give me any color. And if you do any kind of blending, it blends absolutely away. So this is not worth all of the fussing. Then I have this Rimmel London Quad in Afternoon Tea, which looks like this. This, again, right up my alley. It's nice and neutral. It's got like a clear lid color and some nice crease colors, but there's just no color payoff with this. It is astounding to me that I could like dig into this, put some color on my lid, and it wouldn't even like look like I put anything on my lid. Like, it's just not what I'm after. I feel like eyeshadow has evolved in such a magnificent way that I don't need to bother fussing with lower quality shadows. So this is what that is. I'm getting rid of it. And then lastly, I have my Essence All About Nude eyeshadow in 01 Nude. These, I'm pretty sure they don't make anymore, but as you can see, I really got a lot of use out of this pink shade, but I'm pretty sure this has just turned on me because as I was trying to dig into some of these other pans, I just like wasn't really getting any color off of them, and they seem very dry. And so it saddens me because I really did love this lid color, and I do recall using this a number of times when I first got it. Like, it was a lot of really like basic pinky neutral looks that for a good bit of time was my favorite go-to. I just feel like this formulation is no longer good, so I'm gonna go ahead and pitch it. All right, guys, that was a lot of products that I said goodbye to, but it feels really good to be getting rid of products in my makeup collection that just aren't working for me and really being able to focus on products that I do love. So that is it for me. I will talk to you in my next video real soon. Bye.